This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 68 yards. And the Ravens need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
To throw is Smith. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions. And
a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
6-0 our score after 1. Second and 2.
57, come on. Come off the ball. Hey, switch gears. Yo. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Hey, check. Hey, report. No.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
You better get in the right move, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. I'm going to come back to you. Kill.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Switch.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Rush in, you. Rush in.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Let's go. Watch the pass. Check 9.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
We ain't giving up nothing. Hey. 57, Mike 57. Drop deep. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Target. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Let him know. You change it. Mike 57. Watch the pass.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
57. Mike 57. No gain on this defense. No gain.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And it bangs off the right, upright, no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 83 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Gino's going to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. He's got room at the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Here's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
All day, every day.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Smith on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Geno. This is Fant on the short completion. He's got room at the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, Smith. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Get up, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They hand off to their big tight end, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 40 now on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. You. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Check safety, check safety. Hey, report. Report.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
No, we changed it. 56 to Mike.
Now Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run with Dobbins. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
13. Hey. Watch the twit.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. One more time with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
No, we change it. It's going to be a long guy. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, report.
Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Smith. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
One last throw here for Smith. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
Here we go, set. 60 red. 60 red. Steal, black. Hey.
In motion, Hill.
All day, dog. Nice
Set, go.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 72 yards. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Check 3.
Smith. Forced out to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Cup 19, Cup 19.
They snap it to Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
It's a party
From the red zone now, Smith steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Smith. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Lockett, the man in motion.
Not today, you aren't. Not today.
Smith throwing again. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 4th down, Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing is Smith. Going right back to Fant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now Gino on 1st down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Down. Red 38. Blue striker.
57 to Mike.
Yellow.
In motion, Hill.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 58 yards. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down, 3 down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Eagles, 60.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Regs, 70 Lions, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, let's get this ball.
Smith throwing on 4th down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Good job, good job.
Boy, still a half-plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead,
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Under crunch.
Pace.
From the 50, it's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Geno now to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Mustang 19.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Tua, a final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On first down, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Returning right back to Lockett. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Yellow. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Tua going to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Another catch there for Waddle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Tua now on first down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
60 Regs.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, 79 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Ready, go!
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Tua. Rolling to his left.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Tariq Woolen in on the stop.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
Oh, good move at the 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
57, Mike, 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Yellow.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Here's Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. The 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've seen what was a comfortable 21-0 lead go completely by the wayside. Now 21 all as they take over 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 81 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Smash, red.
57, Mike, 57. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Blue, go. Go red.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
17. Cut, go.
They complete it to Hill.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Tua.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. 56.
Trouble, 38.
We got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the
Blue striker. Hey,
They'll bring a receiver in motion
56.
left.
Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Say, cut.
On 2nd down, Mostert. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
2 to throw. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Seattle. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On 1st and 10, Smith. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. To throw is Wilson. Open man is Uzama. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll run with Hall. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up 1st downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. Tackle by Darrell Taylor. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 44, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. first and 10. It's Wilson.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Mike 9. He don't know no better.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Watch the out.
Now Smith. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Gator.
On 1st down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll give to Hall. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Ready. 15 Lonnie. Get in the weight room. 57's Mike.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. This is Eskridge making a great play. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action.
Let's go now.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
18 Rattler.
Mike, 57. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. 57's the Mike.
Ready, go.
Now Gino. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
A fairly short kick from the 14. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Kill.
On the draw, it's Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis from 8 yards out. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lowered in the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They run again with Walker.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down.
They'll try for the first with Walker. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first three quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Cougar 19.
Let's put that team on the puck.
Ready, go.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Back to Walker on first down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. Well, now how about this return? And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Straight ahead is Hall. Shifts past him at the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Ball again on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll go again with Hall. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after 1st down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
57's Mike 57. Let's go, dude.
Throwing now is Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and long down coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
56, Mike, 56. Squeeze, double.
Now Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. That is caught. It's Uzama. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the fourth quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there, finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with first and goal.
Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Very short kick taken right at the 20. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike 56, Mike 56.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. A short kick taken at the 18.
Ready. Black 40.
Mike's 56. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Slam, slam, slam.
Claws 10.
Check 6 guard. Check.
Ready, go.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
60 red. 60 red.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Let's go.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On the ready.
57. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down is Lance. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing now is Geno. Going right back to Fant. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now a dump off here complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage.
19 Tiger.
They'll run for it with Penny, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Rashad Penny unable to get there, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
32, 22 needle. Yellow.
On first down, Lance. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Let's go now. Black, 95.
Nice 57's Mike. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
Here's Lance. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with a touchdown grab for Trey Lance. And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Geno now to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Let's go.
On fourth down, Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Smith on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Check safety.
Back to throw again. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 55 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. fires, connects on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On first down, Smith. This is the tight end fan. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch the screen. Check.
Here we go on fourth. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second down and goal. Lance dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle with a touchdown grab from Trey Lance. And the Niners have moved out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And the Niners get there and bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Buying under pressure again, and down he goes again. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
Partner, give that coordinator a raise because he's been pedal to the metal all game, sending rushers from all angles at the quarterback. And there, within range of a safety, he really made the right call, and it got him to the ground and picked up 2 points.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
70 Ranger.
Now it's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith under pressure, and down he goes. Nick Bosa make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
He's checking crap. Slam.
Go, Regs, go.
They snap it to Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.